My metaphysics, let me be perfectly frank with you, are that there is the central self. You can call it God, you can call it anything you like. And it's all of us. It's playing all the parts of all beings whatsoever, everywhere and anywhere. And it's playing the game of hide and seek with itself. It gets lost, it gets involved in the farthest out adventures, but in the end, it always wakes up and comes back to itself. And when you're ready to wake up, you're going to wake up. You're going to wake up.
Gates into the heavens, beam me up, scattered. The feeling is so thrilling when the spirit releases the body. I follow beings high above the O.N.E. I'm guided by the shadows of the Illuminati. I'm full of light so the darkness denies me. In the night, see the angels shining with a prayer on a perfect timing. Cloud chips in the skies to remind me. Two-sided, yeah, double-minded. Positive and negative polarities united. Let it go and don't ever try to fight it. The veil is ripped, so we journey behind it. In the silence, then we find solace. I close my eyes and disappear within the darkness. Who am I? I'm here to impart this. And they don't really want to roll with the prophets. I've been the elements well on their travels. Thought forms that your mind can't handle. And never mind when your mind is baffled. As a silver cord unravels. My thoughts, they are not your thoughts. And my ways, they are not your ways. Adhere to the voice of reason. Spirits leave at the burden of sage. We've reached new heights and we gain new sight. This can never be wrong cause it feels so right. Breathe in and exhale at the breath of life. Of the cosmic conscious of the cosmic Christ. We've reached new heights and we gain new sight. This can never be wrong cause it feels so right. Breathe in and exhale at the breath of life. Of the cosmic conscious of the cosmic Christ. Fantasy becomes my reality. My reality becomes my insanity. My insanity becomes my identity. My identity it fades into mystery. Hey, fantasy becomes my reality. My reality becomes my insanity. My insanity becomes my identity. My identity it fades into mystery. 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 Hey, fantasy becomes my reality. My reality becomes my insanity. My insanity becomes my identity. My identity it fades into mystery. Hey, in a vision of my third eye. Synchronistic when I prophesy. You don't really wanna know my kind. Look within and see through the facade. Meditate and let go and watch time flow. Indigo for the original indigo. Are you one with the glow? It's all natural. On this mystic ride, just magical. Psilocybin vibes when I'm rhyming. Hypnotizing and mesmerizing. Middle of the day, I got me fantasizing. The Kundalini circling the rising. Fire breathing by the lightning. Tame the dragon, trick the psychic. Visualize Elohim sighting. Grab the pen and start describing. Inner vision, don't describe it. See it vanish, prophesy it. Proper timing, stars aligning. Zodiac within my body. DNA fingerprints of the gods. Jacob's ladder ascend to the stars. As I mark a vibe, you can fly past Mars. But you don't know the genesis of who you are. Who you are, who you are. You don't know the genesis of who you are. We are the noise in the forest coming. Chanting, breathing, shamans drumming. We are the ones with the elements summoned. One with nature, I'm becoming. Everyone is selling something. I exist in the midst of nothing. Fantasy becomes my reality. My reality becomes my insanity. My insanity becomes my identity. My identity it fades into mystery. Hey, fantasy becomes my reality. My reality becomes my insanity. My insanity becomes my identity. My identity it fades into mystery. 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 Hey, fantasy becomes my reality. My reality becomes my insanity. My insanity becomes my identity. My identity it fades into mystery. Hey.
So then, here's the drama. And since you're all here and engaged in this sort of inquiry and listening to this sort of lecture, I assume that you're all on the process of waking up. Or else you're teasing yourselves with some kind of flirtation with waking up, which you're not serious about. But I assume maybe you are, not serious but sincere, that you are ready to wake up. Ready to wake up, ready to wake up, ready to wake up, ready to wake up, ready to wake up.
I'm speaking to you from the Imaginatrix, a domain outside of space and time, a domain unknown to ordinary people. But over the centuries, exceptional human beings beings have learned the secret of moving between the worlds. The Imaginatrix is the land of all dreams fulfilled. It's larger than you can imagine. It's a universe inside the human mind, and it's where the future is going. It is where our destiny lies, in a place where realities are made of thoughts, and where the only laws are the laws of the human imagination.
Sitting deep thought, feeling like E.N.E, reflecting in meditation, chilling in the treetops with the Ewok, connecting in constellations. Magical mystery, prophecy, energy filling me. There is no stopping me. Dopamine levels are sync with astrology. Planet is shifting like beings are calling me. Teaching in patterns of sacred geometry. Angels and demons have taught me theology. Speaking in rhythms of secret psychology. Honest, sometimes it just constantly bothers me. In a bed I lay in a trance state, summoning the voice of my head when I sleep and not only awake from a dream in a state subconsciously place of bliss through the gates of harmony. 3:33 a.m. awaken when things go bump in the night, and I'm taken to foreign places, raptured up by your golden light. But my only fear is just falling. After all, I'm afraid of fight telepathically to keep telling me that everything is gonna be alright. Infatuated by the conversation, no time was wasted at a gate inside. Indoctrinated from the information with an aspiration to attain new life. Return to the essence, Neurogenesis, state of nirvana, no different equivalents. Out the Orion, the star system, serious, chilling with Ethereans on a mushroom experience. I'm a spiritual, indigo, lyrical, mythical, mystical, performing a ritual. Psilocybin's where I've been vibing inside to a closed eye visual. Open your mind, 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 open the sky, open your mind, 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 o I ain't from this place, I'm from inner space in sacred geometric shapes. Macabre meditate, excuse me while I levitate. Escaping denser states, vibrate and resonate. Translate to subtle from the base. Hubble telescopes the gate. My shuttle shuffle great, I'm gone. Up and away. You didn't know we descended masters. Must have forgot before and after. Laser tech removing cancer. Passing speed of light much faster. Better catch up before you capture. Not transcendental, you disadvantaged, mutilated. Just like cattle in dark blackness, I am raptured. My flesh spiritualized into a higher light. Their legs dematerialize right before your sight. Christ's body realized on the Holy Spirit flight. Raptured up the matter where no worms or maggots bite.
What if you had to tell someone the most important thing in the world, but you know they'd never believe you? What would you do?
I'd try. You never know what someone might believe.
As we fly. Open your mind, 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 open the sky. Open your mind, 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 open your mind. Forces of faith in me, playing with angels, surrender to energy, chasing a higher, a share, a higher, the highest who bring me the highest serenity. Conscious enlightenment, darkness inspires, is light in me, shows me that I am its enemy. Energy flowing and growing and glowing and floating like smoke to it shows an infinity. It's from emotions attached to emotional focus, is shifting the chakra to unity. Holding the rope to help us to travel the road for the focal, we're seeking immunity. Spitting and rolling these flows, are we going and rowing a boat to the mental acuity. Thoughts in my knowing, uploading, uploading, I'm hoping can take me to places of purity. Every last but I'm pushing through, by the lead this earth, don't make me choose. Free mind with the faith of a chosen few. A third eye, full sight with an open view. Fly high, take flight with the mind renewed. I got the light inside, don't get confused. The photons float off as I slip the news. The megahertz rise high with my gratitude. Yo, let him in the flow is my attitude. Please take me to the place of the altitude and the magnitude of his aptitude. I keep him close to me now like a bodysuit. Looking to the eye, checking fortitude. Change state of mind now like a latitude. Through astral travel, my mind is unraveled. Conclude you can never have my life subdued.
What if you had to tell someone the most important thing in the world, but you knew they'd never believe you? You knew they'd never believe you.
I try.
As we fly. Open your mind, 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 open your mind.
a technology and an understanding that you can barely imagine. This is what has been kept from ordinary mankind for millennia. This is the real secret behind the idea of magic. This is the universe into which your entire world is destined to dissolve.
This moment right now is the most important moment of your life, because it's the moment right now that you're living in. What you're doing right now is what's going to matter. Not what you have going on tomorrow, what you think you have going on next week, not your worries, your stress, anything. But right now. And it's okay to be unsure, and it's okay to have doubts sometimes. Within yourself, everything that you've ever looked for or wanted is within inside of you. It's already there. If you just put everything off, if you just stop all these emotions and all these voices in your head and all this stuff that you have going on, and you allow yourself to be right here, right now, everything's gonna be good enough. Always, every time. Always, every time.
Vibing on this Copeland, coping with my emotions. Grab the scrolls and I unfold them. This Copeland is just too potent. Only time is my opponent. We're living within the moment. I simply watch it slip away when ingesting the magic potion. Recite the word for my enchantment as the sacred portal opens. In the dark I sit broken, angelic being approaches. Giving a sigil as a token for the masses I've awoken. I'm praised for my devotion and leave the meeting with focus. Aquarian convergence who carry a heavy burden, connecting with God's servants and walking with 7 virgins. Prophecies emerging, reciting the sacred verses as power in spoken word that reverses demonic curses. Teachings of Pythagoras, spirit rapture and capture us, giving a second chance. Kundalini rising like Lazarus. Kabbalistic chanting and consciousness is expanding. Passive but demanding, revamping your understanding. Your way is so much higher than mine. So much higher than mine. So much deeper than mine. So much deeper than mine. Lost within the mystery and found within simplicity. The golden teacher speak to me the lessons of eternity. Wisdom from the elements, tell me I am heaven sent. Revelation from creator, walking my benevolence. 1,000-petal lotus, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind blowing. Energy is flowing as the third eye is open. Where we focus the intent is where the energy is going. Knowledge of the golden, we're pressed like a diamond. And alchemy for refinement is seeking for hidden meaning. Revealing it when I find it, get knowledge and understanding. I promise that few will follow and know that we're all connected like brothers with different mamas. Give homage to risen teachers and honor to fallen fathers. Learn the wisdom of the watchers while sitting in lotus posture. Exhale through the nostrils the smoke of the ayahuasca as we ride the back of dragons or ascendants of macabre. The study of Joseph Campbell, the meaning of Harry Potter. Brother, tell him to decipher the magic that is inside you.
Walking the fine line between pagan and Christian.
Your way so much higher than mine. So much higher than mine. So much deeper than mine. So much deeper than mine. Lost within the mystery and found within simplicity. The golden teacher speak to me the lessons of eternity. Wisdom from the elements, tell me I am heaven sent. Revelation from creator, walking my benevolence.
The question I've been asking is, how can a plant be a teacher? You go and find a member of that species, but different members have different potencies and different takes on the same kind of message. This gets to the teacher part. They use this term, plant teacher, and all plants have a plant teacher in them. Some people think that only the sacred plants do, right? Other shamans said, no, all plants do, just some of the spirits. They call them the mothers, the mother of the plant or the spirit or the teacher. Some are stronger. So that implies that every time we eat any plant, we're taking in that teacher.
In in an individual's life, this is really a great mystical experience, that he no longer identifies himself with the history of his carnal body, but with the consciousness that informs that body. And when you are identified with the consciousness rather than with the vehicle, the bondage of the vehicle has nothing to do with the bondage of the consciousness.
Inhale, exhale, unveil, clear vision with the will can smell the incense smoke rise in my thoughts as well. My diaphragm they expand so my lungs can swell. Sitting thoughts feel like breaking out of jail. My third eye side wide like a wheel prevails. So like lights in the ether on angel cells. So just now where the Elohim will dwell. As the universe seeks to engineer of all, my soul joining with them lifting up a joyous call. Light energy flowing from within my walls. Free mind now breaking all the physics laws. Rising nothing but the feeling of a thankful heart. From the dark I exist by a higher spark. Park here waiting on the most charming part. Supernova free and matter as they blast apart. Inhale, exhale, unveil, clear vision with the will can smell. I think about how breaking out the matrix layers. Warm hell from within like a helping prayer. Electricity powers where the brain is held. Been shelling off spells like I'm Zelda now. Liberated by the space where the pieces fail. Chakras aligning spot from the top to tail. Reaching galaxies as I'm peeking through the clouds. Getting heaven with the vision, feeling, taste and sound. Clean soul open up enough to see the crowd. I see the stars lighting up and shining all around. Reaching galaxies as I'm peeking through the clouds. I'm getting heaven with the vision, feeling, taste and sound. Clean soul open up enough to see the crowd. I see the stars lighting up and shining all around. Dreaming of it night. Really nothing to hide, feeling love on the rise. Cause there's something divine in all I see. Won't you come and take me away? I just wanna be with you. Won't you come and take me away? To a place to walk on troubled seas, faith to stand when I don't believe. I just wanna be with you. Won't you come and take me away? I just wanna be with you. Won't you come? 33 vertebrae aligned, the Kundalini mystic fire travel highway of my spine. As we journey through the sands of time, the primate mind state will be left behind. And I'm a star seed, see what the star sees. Astrological, I say what the star speaks. Mystery is the signs of the times we stand strong for the last of a time breed. Conscious with the lyrical content. Time spent never dwelling on the nonsense. In a vision, I'm a product of the promise. All love and not afraid of the concepts. Apparition of a spirit, give me goosebumps. As they leave, I say goodbye with the deuce chunked. Am I needed and you really wanna do something? What you afraid of? What's gonna be the outcome? Mysticism, then I stumble into symbolism. Evangelism with a little bit of paganism. I got a vision, but I battle with my egotism. And I'm still dealing with this backlash from religion. The superstition got the people minds up in a prison. All they dead, well they breathing, but they barely living. I'm the workmanship of Christ, I'm the definition. And you can tell by my walk that the dead is risen. Encounter love in the depths of my own being. All the colors, them alone, now they are worth seeing. Am I awake? Can you tell me if I'm really dreaming? Symbols and numbers is that decipher the sacred meaning. Encounter love in the depths of my own being. All the colors, them alone, now they are worth seeing. Am I awake? Can you tell me if I'm really dreaming? Symbols and numbers is that decipher the sacred meaning. Dreaming of it night. Really nothing to hide, feeling love on the rise. Cause there's something divine in all I see. Won't you come and take me away? I just wanna be with you. Won't you come and take me away? To a place to walk on troubled seas, faith to stand when I don't believe. I just wanna be with you. Won't you come and take me away? I just wanna be with you. Won't you come?
So combines the two principles of bondage to the earth and release. And that's the thing to realize in your life. You don't have to be quit of your bondage in order to experience the release. The two go together.
Those are dimensions because they're doorways into the realms of God. And so eyes see. The function of eyes is not only seeing, but to see in and to see out. That's what the eyes are, the doorway to the soul. And so when you engage the realms of the kingdom, you look into the soul of the realm of heaven, the realm of heaven.
Meditating with the sages and seers. Look aside, there is nothing to fear. By the Holy Ghost drawing us near. Kundalini finding us here. Dwell in a realm that is so unseen. Bound by the sound of the seraphim. We are the children of the Elohim. Communicate through dreams. Green light beams. We access what they can't see. Just rationalize, call it make-believe. And I open my eyes in disbelief. And I see the signs, but tell me what does it mean? Your words speak, my heart perceives. Receiving insight when I'm deep in my dreams. My reality is not what it seems. I signally tease with my laser beams. Different choices, following voices raised from the dead. Now your boys rejoicing. I'm a poison, now I'm following stars. The root of religion which blasphemes God. I'm sitting in my posture, chilling with the Gnostics. We were made conscious, staring at the starships. Entities are harmless, building up my chi and the energy is harnessed. We were made flawless, prophetic psalmist, obedient to calling, and ego is demolished. Standing in the spirit and we're walking in the promise. Never look without, look within to find solace and I'm meditating with the sages and seers. Look aside, there is nothing to fear. By the Holy Ghost drawing us near. Kundalini finding us here. A glimpse of something magical, a little taste of something divine. The feeling of something intangible, and some things that will blow your mind. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus. A little glimpse of something magical, a little taste of something divine. The feeling of something intangible, and some things that will blow your mind. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus. Exoskeleton shell of an alien. On the mothership, I fellowship with E.T. and Elliot. Hold your semen, walking power, develop it. Cleanse your mind from the succubus, so the dentist, they celibate. Awaken from the slumber, but got sleep in your eyes. I may appear as a devil, but I'm an angel in disguise. Love, joy, peace, with the sins from the skies. Don't give in to the hype, don't give in to the lies. I'm connected with all creation through the universal mind. See our thoughts unfold, and then we touch the divine. Why must people die, why must wars be fought? We are not the same, we are worlds apart. I know that I can break some change through my rhymes and art. When I talk, I spark, I feel the power depart. I'm seeing love come alive in the darkest heart. So knuckle up and buckle up, we're about to embark. We are so much more than just useless eaters. So much more than just mindless slaves. Power in our words, breathe the breath of life. See the dead come alive and rise about their graves. I see deities deceiving thee, and I pray to my God, I know the evil will cease. Make the demons run and make the devils flee. See the strongholds break and the chains release. A little glimpse of something magical, a little taste of something divine. The feeling of something intangible, and some things that will blow your mind. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus. A little glimpse of something magical, a little taste of something divine. The feeling of something intangible, and some things that will blow your mind. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus.
So they're portals of entry into the realm of the kingdom. They're also angelic, and because angels have the fullness of the knowledge of the realm of heaven, and that's why they have eyes that burn like fire. Everything has come out of relationship with the presence of God. There's nothing outside of that. I can't do anything outside of relationship. I can't function, I can't have domain, I can't have government, I can't function in the roles that God's put me in the realm of the heavens. I cannot function with that outside of relationship. It's not about having the experience. Everything has come out of relationship to want to know, to want to experience how my Father does it, when He does it, why He does it, who He does it with, and then for Him to watch me while I do it.
A little glimpse of something magical, a little taste of something divine. The feeling of something intangible, and some things that will blow your mind. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus. A little glimpse of something magical, a little taste of something divine. The feeling of something intangible, and some things that will blow your mind. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus. My eyes close and my mind opens. I lose sight, but I gain focus.
What causes people to fail and what causes people to succeed is whether or not they truly get in the presence and under the influence of the Holy Spirit and get His dream for their life.
If I lay here, won't you lie with me? Just forget to lay here. Won't you lie with me? Just forget to I'm inside, I'm a spiritual high and I'm being led by the Spirit of God, Jah. Only divine can interpret the signs of all the things that wander and all the things we find that hide. Come and walk up in the Spirit as we travel, as our destinies unravel. Take my hand as we enter the chasm, follow Christ to a place unfathom. Look inside as we fly like the eagle, to the skies up high whenever we go. Lose yourself and become another John Doe, and never be afraid to let go of the ego. Look inside as we fly like the eagle, to the skies up high whenever we go. Lose yourself and become another John Doe, and never be afraid to let go of the ego. Won't you lie with me? Just forget to lay here. Won't you lie with me? Just forget to I'm taken to a place of your warm embrace. I'm taken to a place where I feel your grace. Alleviate my fears cause I never felt safe. Let me sit at your feet, let me stare at your face. And into a world of the soon hereafter, into a plane where the angels gather, turning to a land where the mind is baffled and healing comes from the joyous laughter. I'ma right my wrongs and when my wrongs are right, I'ma get a quick glimpse of the afterlife. Into not by power, into not by might, but of the blood of Hamashiach, of the blood of Christ. I'ma right my wrongs and when my wrongs are right, I'ma get a quick glimpse of the afterlife. Into not by power, into not by might, but of the blood of Hamashiach, of the blood of Christ. Won't you lie with me? Just forget to lay here. Won't you lie with me? Just forget to Won't you lie with me? Just forget to You take me there and then you see me through. We do the type of things only lovers do. Find my way, find my truth. You restore the passion of the right pursuit. And look inside and define with your eyes closed. Follow God as we travel the cosmos, filled with your presence to the brim, to the uttermost. I feel the spirit of my God, Holy Ghost. Close my eyes, body goes numb, and it's no surprise I'm coming undone. United by the spirit and all are one, staring at the beauty of 1,000 suns. Close my eyes, body goes numb, and it's no surprise I'm coming undone. United by the spirit and all are one, staring at the beauty of 1,000 suns.
Dreams, you will, when you're under the influence of the Holy Spirit, you will have a dream, you will have a vision, you will see it, you will say it. For where there is no vision, the people cast off all restraint. Won't you lie with me? Just forget to lay here. Won't you lie with me? Just forget to Where there is no hope in the future, there is no power in the present.
Let go your earthly tether. Enter the void. Empty and become wind. Empty and become wind.
How were you able to control that spirit when no one else could?
As your father could tell you, I have spent my life studying the spirits and learning their ways. All of this knowledge is lost in the South, but I could teach you everything I know.
Revealing the unseen mysteries when everything ain't what it seems. It'll blow your mind outside you seek. You find the realms of possibilities. Connect with the infinite intellect to receive of the positive energy. Reciting the sacred mantras to lift you to higher frequencies. Archives and constellations, star signs. When the planets align, new paradigms and paralyzed. From the visit of the succubus at nighttime. Hypnotized sometimes when the watchers fly to the sunrise. It'll set you free from the unbelief. It'll break your mind from the confines. Spirits leaving, changing seasons. Principalities undefeated over a certain region. Shamanic novice with knowledge, commune with higher beings with a deeper meaning. The reason Solomonic magic in Jesus was accused of channeling demons. I'm throwed off force order, this portal to the paranormal. Hearing these voices speaking to me with spirit touches immortal. With a knife in my back and I bleed through the scars. As I am, you see through my flaws. Staring at the stars and the rhythm wars. Never open up the doors with the Ouija board.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid, enter the void. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Here. Enter the void.
Enter the ritual, step in the temple, connect with the spiritual realm. Metaphysical to the etherical pathways beyond the physical world. You could ascend to the kingdom of heaven or sit and stay living in hell. Mystical, wisdom, and dark, a lyrical shaman lifting a spell. Witness the miracle, traveling beyond the body, see this is a show. And you in the third dimensional prism that got us imprisoned in cells. Sit between 4 and 20 elders, the split into 12s. Shh, you can hear them whispering if you listening well. Came to awaken the ancient of days, man I stay ringing the bell. Mythical note from the place where the wicked fell back to the kingdom of hell. Blessed with the wisdom performing the exorcism, the sins get expelled. So we are the demons and angels, balance the energies within yourself. I'm trying to find a path between the light and the dark. I'm writing to spark a link between the mind and the heart. We gotta unite both sides before they divide us apart. Said we gotta unite both sides before they divide us apart.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid, enter the void. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Into the void.
Now I'm good with nothing. Why y'all good for nothing? My 100,000 pedal loaders, dopamine over flooded. Stargate runnings, dragons out the dungeon. My Hakali been summoned. Total destruction into a vacuum suction. Conjunction, junction, that's my function. Through a star cluster in a maritime custom. Stellar dust encrusted, I ain't touching your disgusting judgments. We rise above it, enjoying the void. Source of pure joy, no more discussion.
So, the South Pole, then what happens?
You will open an ancient spirit portal.
I'm sorry, what now?
At the South Pole, there is a portal that connects our world to the spirit world. But it has long been closed.
And that's why the evil spirits are attacking?
There are no evil spirits. There is light and dark in them all. But when they're unbalanced, the darkness takes over. If you can open the portal in time, balance will be restored.
What do you mean, in time?
There's a reason the Glacier Spirits Festival ends on the winter solstice. And that's when the spirit world and the physical world are close together. Only then can the Avatar open the portal.
The winter solstice is tomorrow.
Exactly. And we can't afford to wait another year.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid, enter the void. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Into the void.
I found true freedom. I am no longer bound to this earth by worldly desires. I have entered the void.
Even though you hear and you speak that you know that you are eternal beings, there is this goal-setting mechanism that many of you have been on for so long that says, here I am, but there I will be. And then there's this built-in discomfort till I get there. Some underlying discomfort about not quite being there, and we want you to want to go there so that you stay pointed in the right direction, but we are all forward moving, forward looking, forward reaching. That's what eternity is.
I'm returning to the place of my birth. I'm returning to the belly of the earth. Back from the future to heal my hurt. As I look within, I begin my search. Yeah, I took a dose and I found my hope. The medicine is better when it helps me cope. I took a dose and I found my hope, because the medicine is better when it helps me cope. Yeah, who am I am you. Back to the essence, remain true. Bask in the presence, chosen few. And out of a sight for the truth with my mind renewed. You never find what I'm seeking in school or church. Religion is deceiving, but I started there first. Doctrines of demons and the pain got worse. Find the ancient path to reverse the curse, and I return. I return. I return. I return.
I return to the fire, which is higher, from which we burn. I return to that fire, which is higher, from which we burn. I return to that fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return.
So feeling when I'm barefoot earthing, searching as a child I'm learning, receiving revelation that my spirit is bursting. My past and present is at one merging. Through love and overstanding, we find our minds expanding. With the use of the drum and joyous dance, and return to your birth through sacred chanting. Home.
I return to the fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return. I return to the fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return. I return to the fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return. I return to the fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return. I return, fearless, no longer faceless, in the matrix, soulless and saintless. Instead, I return to regain this integrity that takes us beyond limitations and graceless ways of being amidst the chaos, and return to the painless inner sanctum of the nameless. I return from ancient portals, from beyond being mortal, and arrive ready to heal, ready to thrive, resurrected after a society too contrived and worlds of media that lie. I reincarnate with rhythms on high, and I arrive with a beat that reminds us of where we come from and why. I return, fearless of this bliss. Now I don't resist, don't raise a fist, just drop into the deep abyss. In this time and space, ready to take my place amongst the sun, amongst the one, the design that reminds us of where we come from and where we will return. I return to the fire, which is higher, from which we burn. I return to that fire, which is higher, from which we burn. I return to that fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return. I return to the fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return. I return to the fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return. I return to the fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return. I return to the fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return to the oneness we all share. Peace in our hearts, rise everywhere. Regardless of where we come from, we dream under the same moon, born under the same sun. I return to the oneness we all share. Peace in our hearts, rise everywhere. Regardless of where we come from, we dream under the same moon, born under the same sun.
In time, with a little bit of practice, all of you will reach this place where you'll get so hooked on this feeling of alignment that you're just not willing to move outside of it no matter what. No matter how good the statistics look, no matter how good the spiel that's offered, no matter what the outside circumstances are, you'll just get to the point where you'll say, wait a minute, I have this guidance system that's been calculating my path, and so we like what we feel from you as you say, I'm loving this journey, and I'm loving the way it is unfolding for me. And I know that I'm always in the right place, and I know that it's an evolving place. And now life is always good. And then, isn't it fun to watch things begin to unfold and say, oh yes, that feels just right. Oh yes, that feels just right. Oh yes, I've been looking for you. I've been expecting you. I've been anticipating you. I knew you were coming. I could feel you on my doorstep. I knew you were coming. And here you are, and you're as beautiful as I thought you would be. About all things. Yes.
I return to the fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return. I return to the fire, which is higher, and from which we burn. I return.
fear is not real. The only place that fear can exist is in our thoughts of the future. It is a product of our imagination, causing us to fear things that do not at present and may not ever exist.
They provoking the fear while I'm searching for love and just hoping it's near. Trying to open their eyes, blinded and soaking in tears, cause it seems you've been lost for so many years. Now it's time for me to find it out and to truly survive and reminding yourself it's not about money or wealth. True riches in the spirit so close I know you can feel it. But don't be afraid if you're not making a million. Just focus on your bliss, stop fighting the feelings. I'm tired of killings inspired by villains. I'm not no hero, I'm not no zero, but I still know that there's still hope. Yeah, they take the E out of quality, and now the children on the E pills they swallowing. Instead of the pride ready to die, they mind hollowing. Too heavy to fly, give me a sign no more wallowing. Don't be afraid, don't be a slave, we gon' be saved. Just keep the faith. Don't be afraid, don't be a slave, we gon' be saved. Just keep the faith.
We the people from under the sun, we dwell together in unity, dwell together as one. I know the fight is not over until the battle is won. I know the night is not over until the rise of the sun. Come on, doctrines of demons, they plotting and scheming, perverting demeanor, tradition deceiving with the text that they're reading. I see that fear disappears when I know that God is near. I'm playing my questions and doubts for the fear it feels so real. For the fears I persevere, even though their conscience seared. Prophesying from Genesis to the 7th seal. I know the devil's binding, sometimes the light is blinding. I say a prayer on my face to the past to get behind me. Even though the darkness finds me, I know the Most High will guide me. And light at night, despite the fight, gotta keep my aura shining. Scare tactics, deceive, manipulate and control. Let a weapon bomb shall ever prosper and take a hold. Rise above the levels of situations and devils. We resist, raise our fists at my people, we are the rebels. The presence of pain is not the absence of God. You never did what I did, you never seen what I saw. Let's get it.
Don't be afraid, don't be a slave, we gon' be saved. Just keep the faith. Don't be afraid, don't be a slave, we gon' be saved. Just keep the faith.
We the people from under the sun, we dwell together in unity, dwell together as one. I know the fight is not over until the battle is won. I know the night is not over until the rise of the sun. Come on.
Causing us to fear things that do not at present and may not ever exist. That is near insanity, Qatar. Do not misunderstand me. Danger is very real, but fear is a choice.
Like that sage up. Some people living, other people dying. To praise Satan, they created a state that they call Zion. We celebrating the dates, but it's no applying to the Almighty. So I used to hate on what they call whitey, but now I'm seeing the meaning of what's behind that. And been to the top of the highest mountain and I climbed that. And finally the shoes fitting and the signs match. That's why I'm going in like a needle in a spine tap. Unite the hands, that's the mission I'm on. You gotta listen to the significance in the song. My intuition is strong and my mind right. I know when the time's right that we could all be getting along. It's much more than a state of mind. We gotta fight for the teachings of Christ to be applied in this day and time. Uniting all the kings and the true seekers, true teachers known for killing tracks when I do features.
Don't be afraid, don't be a slave, we gon' be saved. Just keep the faith. Don't be afraid, don't be a slave, we gon' be saved. Just keep the faith.
We the people from under the sun, we dwell together in unity, dwell together as one. I know the fight is not over until the battle is won. I know the night is not over until the rise of the sun. Come on.
Love is an experience of consciousness, an experience in the soul of man. It is something that is a great releasing power against the tyranny of personal attitudes. It's placing something bigger than yourself in the foreground of your life. It is dedicating to your acts to projects, to purposes, to convictions that are of common good to all mankind.
I have seen the distant travelers in night skies. I have bathed in divine love by the ocean side. I have gazed into the beauty of my wife's eyes and seen a portal to the stars, simply divine. With with endless questions and no answers, still I'm asking why. I'm not content when I know it, but I know if I seek I'll find this feeling that I feel, if it's truly for real. I sense his hand in all creation, this is truth revealed. We are all connected, my message change your perspective. In essence, your point of view so important, do not neglect it. The circle of life is sentient beings, liquor within to find the meaning. If I believe it, then I will see it. So I speak it and I receive it. Meditating in the forest, helping me connect with soaring spirits, till encounter, discover uncharted territories. God has for me, use stories, metaphors and allegories to spread the message of divine love, my Father's glory.
Cool winds are blowing, float through the trees, through the seas, on the shore. Like when it shines and the rays get to glowing. Food for the soul that we young need for growing. We know it. Cool winds are blowing, float through the trees, through the seas, on the shore. Like when it shines and the rays get to glowing. Food for the soul that we young need for growing. We know it.
Okay, so I'm in silent meditation. No violence or medication. No riots or hesitation. Holding me down, the sky lit on a reservation. Yes. Where my ancestors dwell, returning to my essence, cause there is another round. Do you feel it? Cause I feel it, and I know it, cause it's now barefooted in the forest, so I can feel under the ground. So now I'm moving forward, but calm, like a dew settled in morning. Yes, there is a presence around me, exhilarating, mind-blowing, astounding. And all of this ain't no coincidence. And all I really know is if it fits, it really fits. Nah, I don't come reaping no benefits. I'm just connected back to nature where the spirit lives.
We know it. Cool winds are blowing, float through the trees, through the seas, on the shore. Like when it shines and the rays get to glowing. Food for the soul that we young need for growing. We know it. Cool winds are blowing, float through the trees, through the seas, on the shore. Like when it shines and the rays get to glowing. Food for the soul that we young need for growing. We know it.
Trying to find out what love is, but we will never find it by trying to get a definition out of a book or something of that kind. The only way that honest, simple, genuine love can be transmitted is by experience, by the absolute fact of itself.
In the morning when I wake, I take a stroll along the sea. Feel the heat from the sun rays washing over me. Feel the cold wind blowing, so I know that I am free. Feel the rain falling on me, this is where I'm supposed to be. When I'm in nature, I feel something greater. I know that I'm at one with the infinite creator. It puts it in perspective. I see myself reflected in everything around me because it is all connected. So respected. Every person, every living thing, every animal and every plant. From the biggest tree to the smallest ant, to the tallest man, to the tallest man. We all are family. Yeah, that's right, we all are family. We came from the same creator. Are you understanding me? The tragedy of life is being disconnected from yourself, from your true nature, from everything and everybody else. We gotta reconnect with nature to change the way we live. I minimize it cause the less we take, the more we give.
Cool winds are blowing, float through the trees, through the seas, on the shore. Like when it shines and the rays get to glowing. Food for the soul that we young need for growing. We know it. Cool winds are blowing, float through the trees, through the seas, on the shore. Like when it shines and the rays get to glowing. Food for the soul that we young need for growing. We know it.
Are we able to be kind to each other? Are we able to forgive our enemies? Are we able to do good to those who despitefully use us? Are we willing to continue quietly in a meek way of life? Are we interested in the simple humilities of virtue? Do we want a happiness that arises from making others happy, rather than sacrificing them to our happiness? Do we want a happy home? Are we willing to support it by character, by integrity?
People have been conditioned to overlook the most important thing there ever is, because your entire life consists of the present moment.
Demons tempt me to listen, my mind is filled with decisions. Cause someone point me to a genie who can grant me my wishes. Time is slipping, I'm tripping, the seconds, hours, and minutes. The clock it keeps on ticking, still the time is diminished. Goodbye to yesterdays, tomorrow's out of my reach. But I relive all of these moments, memories that I keep. Time is precious, in essence, we live and die with these questions. And all the pain that I keep inside will help me learn from the lessons. Second guessing myself, should I sell my soul for this wealth? Or just commit to a 9 to 5 and put my dreams on the shelf? Just like everyone else, but I refuse to believe I'm gonna lose. The hardest path that I will choose, to walk it out, I'm living proof. Dwelling in now, so there will never be tomorrow. Maybe the pain pills will help me cope with the sorrow. On time that is borrowed, each day I feel it running out. We can pretend, but none of us have it all figured out.
There's no need to be living in the past, need to learn how to live in today. Cause you can hear the ticks from the clock, so you know time is slipping away. Every single second that you dwell is a waste and you throw it away. Cause you can hear the ticks from the clock, so you know time is slipping away.
We're all built flawed, it's who will correct matters. Talking to God as time pause, rap race comes after. Try my hardest down, it feels like my error's only factor. Don't wanna make same mistakes, don't wanna fake any laughter. When I know those who leave barely making an impact, heading nowhere fast, till me and the Lord cross paths. Trying to keep my cool amongst fools, feeling like an outcast. Speaking the truth to these disagreeable diplomats, depriving the youth, stealing the food that creating a collapse. But us as faith holders don't see any truth in that. Those in charge strategically keeping you behind bars, or join a legion of freedom unit designing this off. Any illegitimate reason to keep you scarred, locked out from your own thoughts occurring. We're slipping away until the Father gave me courage to spread these blessed to be watching my life nourish.
There's no need to be living in the past, need to learn how to live in today. Cause you can hear the ticks from the clock, so you know time is slipping away. Every single second that you dwell is a waste and you throw it away. Cause you can hear the ticks from the clock, so you know time is slipping away.
What? Man, I guess I did it again. Yeah, I don't know where to begin. Countdown, the clock's ticking, pedal down some fast living. Check time, an hour pass. Have it? Maybe if I could rewind in time, he would let me in. So many regrets, I wanna write, but I got no pen. Need an eraser, I've been known to be a mistaker from my living and bread. You can say it's how I pay my way for. I believe that you reap what you sow. Is it my karma that I'm sleeping alone? I'm feeling like the prodigal coming home. Is forgiveness available for me? I've been dreaming again, no longer in the past, giving freedom to win. I see you continue to sleep like I did. Where you been, dog? Where you been?
There's no need to be living in the past, need to learn how to live in today. Cause you can hear the ticks from the clock, so you know time is slipping away. Every single second that you dwell is a waste and you throw it away. Cause you can hear the ticks from the clock, so you know time is slipping away.
And any situation you go into in this world, which is the world of things, will have one side to it, an upside and a downside. Anybody who has made it in the eyes of the world knows that making it has a downside, considerable downside. And, or you make it and then you lose it. But that is no longer the source of suffering, as it is when you only know the world of things. You have an expectation from everything, every situation, every person in your life. You have certain expectations, which deep down, if you look at it, is saying, complete me, give me what I need, make me happy. And then it doesn't. Nothing, no thing in this world can do that. Thing in a wider sense, no situation, no person, no condition can make you feel complete. As long as your entire sense of identity is trapped in object consciousness, me, my story, what can I add to it to make it more complete? To complete me. You can temporarily add things that feel great. I have achieved, I'm now the greatest, this or that. And then you see, it doesn't take long before you experience the downside of being the greatest, this or that. And if you can move through being aware the two not losing touch with space consciousness. Then life, even the life of things, even the manifested life, becomes pleasant.